which is the word criticize. So what that means is you are thinking something about the person talking to you, whether it's in a conversation or a class, and it's not something really that just distracts you, it's something that bothers you a lot. And as a result, you end up spending all your time focusing on that instead of listening to what the person is saying. Two examples of this for you so you understand it. The first one is this. I had a student a few semesters ago who came to me with a really odd story. I hear strange stories, but this is one of the all-time best. He came to me and he said, you know, I've got a major problem in one of my classes and I don't know what to do about it. Can you help me? I said, well, I'll try. And he said, well, it's my political science class. And he said, every time I go to that and then leave, I have no memory of anything that went on in there. And I said, well, you have to remember some things. He said, I remember nothing. It's like a giant eraser on my brain. I said, well, that's really odd. When was the last time you were in the class? He said, I just got out about 20 minutes ago. I said, okay, let's try an experiment. And I had him sit down. And I said, close your eyes. So he closed his eyes. And then I said, picture yourself in the classroom and tell me all that you can remember. And seriously, this guy sat there for probably 20, 30 seconds. It seemed like 20 or 30 minutes, and he was like this. And I was looking at him thinking, oh my gosh. And then he opened his eyes and he said, see? And I thought, man, this is like amnesia. I mean, this is unbelievable. And I started to teach him what I'm about to teach you, and then all of a sudden, his eyes lit up and he said, oh, wait a minute, I remember something. I said, that's good, you were worrying me. What do you remember? And I thought he was going to tell me something he learned in class that day. No. Instead, here's what he said, seriously. He said this. He said, I remember clearly, I said, yeah, that guy, talking about the teacher, wore the same shirt that he's worn probably the last 4 or 5 times we've had class. And I said, that's what you remember? Oh, he said, oh yeah. He said, when he's talking, I don't really remember what he's saying, but I'm looking carefully and I'm thinking, is it the same shirt? Or does he have a bunch of the same shirt? Just so stupid, but once you get bothered by something, you understand, it just takes over your mind and you can't listen. He said, when he writes on the board, he starts writing. I don't really know what's up there. I'm looking right here. And I'm thinking, it's the same one. It's the same exact one as last time. Well, if you allow something that's really stupid or something really extra kind of bad to bother you, you have no hope of listening the way you need to. Some of you have had teachers before who did something like this. They expressed a really strong opinion about religion, about politics, about something that wasn't even really related to the class, and it really was not only the opposite of what you believe, but it bothered you, kind of offended you. And people who do that, they spend the rest of the class meeting like this. And they completely lose the ability to just put it away and to concentrate. I hope you're the type of person who doesn't automatically get really critical of people about everything, but it's human nature and it's not that hard to do. So the trick is being able with all 3 of these to figure out how to eliminate them or at least minimize them. Okay? So again, you want to try to settle on one of these 3 that you think is your biggest struggle, and then once you do that, that's part of the solution. Okay? So we're going to talk about the 6 solutions. There are more than that, but these are the ones we're going to focus on for the rest of the workshop. The first one is really easy, but it has great power to it. This doesn't seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but it really, really helps. And that's the word awareness. Okay, and what I mean by that is now that you know these 3 problems and you're aware of what they look like in action, the next time you start doing one of those, you should be able to recognize right away